Unlike a night out in the US that, drains your wallet, this place once had a crazy rule: $80 for an all-you-can-eat, all-you-can-drink night with endless transactions. The women here are beautiful and smart, but they're so independent, they'll split the bill right down the middle, making your credit card totally worthless for flirting. If you're enjoying these insights, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more unique perspectives on culture and nightlife around the world. Welcome, to Germany, the ultimate economic machine, where soccer is a religion, beer is the new water, and baking bread is pure heritage. Number 1, the heart of Europe. Germany is located in central Western Europe, bordering 9 countries and 2 large seas, the North Sea and the Baltic Sea. With an area of 137,847 square miles and a high population density of 622 people per square mile, it is the most populous country in the EU. So, how does this crowded country become rich? They export cars. It's the birthplace of famous brands like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Audi. In Asia, stepping out of a Mercedes E-Class is a symbol of success. But at Frankfurt Airport, 80% of the taxis lined up to pick up passengers are Mercedes E-Class cars painted in the classic cream color. If gasoline fuels the cars, then beer fuels the Germans. With over 1,300 breweries, beer is an essential daily food for the locals. In the Middle Ages, they drank beer instead of water simply because the river water was too dirty. Although 99% of companies today have banned alcohol during working hours, beer culture remains popular in traditional factories in Bavaria. Where there's beer, there must be snacks. A German dinner table is never without bread and sausages. The country boasts 3,200 types of bread recognized by UNESCO. The soul of German street food is currywurst, a type of sliced sausage topped with curry powder, a humble dish born during the difficult post-World War II era. Yet, get this, 800 million servings are consumed annually. Even Chancellor Gerd Schurter was elected thanks to a quote related to this sausage. And remember the rule in Germany: cash is essential. Germans say no to credit cards. The cash is the truth culture creates a society that values absolute control and clarity. This pragmatic mindset directly shapes the character of its people. Notably, German women are both independent and possess captivating beauty. Let's explore this further in the next section. Number 2. German women are attractive but hard to win over. If you're planning on using Hollywood-style romantic scenarios to win over a German girl, you'll be out of the game immediately. The beauty of German women doesn't just come from their attractive appearance. It also shines through their confidence and sharp wit. They prefer healthy skin and clean hair. Their fashion philosophy is very practical. Comfortable sneakers and a waterproof Jack Wolfskin jacket are the perfect choice. In America, traditional dating culture sometimes puts pressure on men with expensive dinners, but in Germany things are much more relaxed. German girls are very straightforward. If she doesn't like you, she'll politely decline immediately instead of disappearing. A date will start with a walk in the woods. If you can enjoy a captivating conversation among the trees, you'll have a chance to win her over. Splitting the bill on a date is also very common. German women are very independent, so don't try to flirt by offering to fix a light bulb or assemble a cabinet, as they usually have the tools and can handle it themselves. These women need a companion with more foresight than a free handyman. This independence is so great that since 1972, the title Fräulein for unmarried women has been abolished because it was considered demeaning. Today, whether 18 or 80, married or unmarried, German women are simply called FRA, meaning grandmother. German women value careers more than marriage. The average age of marriage is 34. They can be so independent that they don't need a marriage certificate. They're willing, to pull money to buy a house together, have children, and build a lifelong home, but each manages their own bank account. In the former East German states, over 60% of children are born to unmarried parents, beautiful, charismatic, and independent. Number 3. Vibrant nightlife. The nightlife industry attracts 1 million visitors daily, generating $17 billion in revenue annually for Germany. Many even label these neighborhoods as Europe's brothel filled with young, beautiful women. In Germany, this is a completely legal profession. The most famous are the Reaper Barn in Hamburg and the Bahnhofle near Frankfurt's central train station. Signs outside these streets prohibit men under 18 and especially no women allowed. If a female tourist enters out of curiosity, she will be yelled at, or even have water thrown at her by the women inside. They consider such scrutinizing glances as contempt. To protect workers, Germany enacted a law requiring formal contracts in 2002, but in reality, 95% of the women refused to sign. No one wants to register this work in the national tax or insurance system. They chose to collect cash directly, even at the cost of healthcare benefits. Notably, the workforce is predominantly foreign, 35% from Romania, 11% from Bulgaria, and only 18% are native Germans. Even stranger, vending machines are located on Immensstrasse in Bonn. Each girl must purchase an $8 ticket for a night's work, and if caught without a ticket, the on-the-spot fine is $110. Despite being publicly accessible, the government maintains strict no-go zones. This activity is never permitted near schools, churches, or purely residential areas. This industry also had a brutal dark side in the 2000s. For just an $80 ticket, male customers received an all-inclusive package, buffet meals, unlimited beer, and unlimited transactions. This exploitative distortion forced the German parliament to intervene, permanently banning the all-inclusive model in 2017, leaving behind the dazzling red neon light. Number 4. German soccer, Europe's most electric stadium. Germany is a nation with ironclad principles, yet it possesses one thing that drives millions wild: football. If you love discovering unique cultures and wild stadium moments, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from around the world. Football history records the German tank crushing numerous opponents on the field. The nation boasts outstanding icons such as the legendary Franz Beckenbauer, the prolific Gerd Müller, and the Spider-Man Oliver Kahn. Their record of achievements is a dominant one with 4 World Cup titles and 3 European championships. At the 2026 World Cup, the German national team continues to carry immense expectations of becoming champions. This solid foundation stems from the fervent passion of the local population. Thanks to the world's highest stadium occupancy rate, the Bundesliga averages 43,000 spectators per match, surpassing even the Premier League. Notably, while English, French, and Italian clubs easily become playgrounds for foreign tycoons, German football protects itself with the 50+1 rule. Fans are required to own 50% plus 1 voting share. You only need to spend about $15 to get a seat in the stands in Germany. They keep ticket prices cheap to ensure even the lowest paid workers can attend matches to support their team every week. And of course, watching German football is incomplete without beer. This is one of the few European countries that allows bringing alcoholic beverages to the stadium. The pinnacle is Schalke 04's Veltins Arena, with a 5-kilometer underground pipeline pumping 52,000 liters of beer per match to quench the thirst of the fans. You know, Germans don't celebrate victories with expensive champagne. Instead, players and fans prefer showering each other with giant beer mugs. On major occasions like the World Cup or the European Championship, every bar in Germany turns on a large screen. In major cities like Berlin and Munich, millions of people clad in their national colors stand side by side, creating endless streets filled with passionate supporters. So, will a football culture born from discipline and passion continue to dominate Europe? Share your thoughts below. Alright, number 5, culture shocks. Germany operates a bizarre array of laws. 62% of men in the country urinate while sitting down. They consider this a civilized and, honestly, highly commendable practice. Many restaurants, cafes, and households display signs requesting men to sit when using the toilet. Germany even invented the talking toilet WC Gist to remind gentlemen. In 2015, a landlord deducted $3,000 from a guest's deposit because standing while urinating damaged the marble floor. Outraged, the guest sued and won. The government also strictly controls naming conventions to protect children from names that could be misleading or easily ridiculed. In the workplace, federal leave laws prohibit any lucrative work during vacation. If you secretly work to earn money, you will be immediately fired. Street etiquette is also something to be mindful of when visiting Germany. Giving the middle finger while driving is normal in the US, but in Germany you'll be fined up to $4,500 for insulting someone. If you accidentally use disrespectful language towards a police officer, the court is ready to fine you $650. In the US and many other countries around the world, wishing someone a happy birthday a day early is considered, well, thoughtful. But in Germany doing so is considered cursing them with bad luck. Furthermore, owning a car doesn't make you any freer. Washing your Mercedes yourself with soap and water can result in a $100,000 fine. Soapy water and grease from your car dripping onto the ground is considered polluting the national water supply. You are required to drive to specialized car washes with wastewater recovery systems. Running out of gas on the Autobahn will result in a fine and demerit points on your driver's license for intentionally obstructing traffic. The law in this country considers running out of gas a preventable human error. So, Sundays are a day of complete rest in Germany. All shops, shopping centers, and supermarkets throughout the country are closed. If you intentionally vacuum, drill holes in walls, mow the lawn, or throw glass bottles into public trash cans on a Sunday, you could be fined up to $5,000. Finally, never entertain yourself with pirated movies. Just 3 days after downloading a movie using torrent software, a $1,000 fine from law firms will be in your mailbox. Number 6. The dark side of Germany. In Europe's #1 economy, as many as 600,000 people are homeless and forced to sleep outdoors in temperatures as low as -4 degrees Celsius. In Germany, 18% of people over 65 face poverty. This situation is known as Altersarm, meaning poverty in old age. They cannot afford rent and resort to begging in subway stations. The Zoologische Garten station in Berlin is a prime example. Since the 1970s, it has been a gathering place for homeless people and delinquent youth. In large cities, homeless people often sleep in makeshift shelters outside train stations or under bridges. Absolutely do not point your camera at them, they hate being filmed and will react violently. Never turn the plight of others into a means of gaining views. In fact, 2/3 of these homeless people come from Eastern European countries like Poland, Romania, or Bulgaria, working as freelance laborers. When unemployed, they do not receive immediate support from Germany's social security system, leaving them with no choice but to live as homeless people. What surprises foreigners even more is how Germans react to these impoverished individuals. Some simply pass by without a second thought, but there are also charitable kitchens and volunteer groups actively working to help. When temperatures drop, if they see a homeless person showing signs of heat exhaustion, people will call the hotline for the heated bus. The bus will arrive, offering the person a cup of hot tea, a sleeping bag, or persuading them to take them to a shelter. Even more remarkably, Germans possess an extremely subtle, unspoken. They never throw plastic bottles directly into the trash can, but always carefully stack them on the ground next to the bin. The purpose is to prevent bottle collectors from having to reach into the dirty garbage. If you enjoy discovering unique customs from around the world, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights. In Germany, each collected bottle is worth about 35. Instead of begging for money, many poor elderly people collect and sell the bottles. Next, let's explore some of the most famous and unusual dishes in Germany. Number 7. Delicious dishes. German cuisine is known for its rich, hearty flavors, emphasizing meat, potatoes, and fermented vegetables. Besides sausages and bread, which are always a staple, Schwinschacks, pork knuckle stew is also a favorite. The pork knuckle is marinated and roasted until the skin is crispy, often served with baguette and sauerkraut. For a change of pace, sauerbraten, beef stewed in vinegar and spices until tender, is served with red cabbage and potatoes. If you prefer fried food, a plate of crispy battered schnitzel with a squeeze of lemon will win you over. You can finish with a Schwarze Kirr-Tora Black Forest cake, overflowing with chocolate, cream and cherries soaked in Lure. In contrast to this refined cuisine, Germany also boasts some extremely eccentric street foods. A prime example is the tick cheese from the village of Versitz. Here there's even a marble statue honoring these arthropods. During the curing process, which lasts from 3 to 12 months, tiny mites eat the outer layer and secrete enzymes that ripen the cheese. When the cheese turns reddish-brown, a small piece can contain up to 50,000 mites. This dish costs $20 for a portion of less than 11 ounces. If the Japanese are proud of their raw fish sashimi, the Germans have pork sashimi. This metro brötchen is simply minced pork, completely raw. They season it with salt and pepper, spread a thick layer on crispy bread, and sprinkle raw onions on top. Germans eat this for breakfast, just like Americans eat bacon. Those who love spicy food absolutely must try the tyrannical curvist at the street stalls in Berlin or Frankfurt. The curry sauce here reaches a spiciness level of 10 with 1.2 million Scoville units, which is like 300 times spicier than the familiar Tabasco hot sauce. Many stalls will require you to sign a medical waiver before eating. The crucial advice is never to drink water or beer after eating. Prepare a carton of full-fat milk, as this is the only thing that can save your tongue. These bizarre dishes are just a small part of the picture of Germany. Join us as we explore some of the crazy competitions in this country. Number 8. The birthplace of bizarre competitions. The most notable is the Big Nose Championship held every 5 years in the town of Langenbruck, Bavaria. To qualify, your nose must be at least 6 centimeters long or have a total surface circumference of 40 centimeters. The judges will meticulously measure using specialized mechanical rulers. Smiling or grimacing is strictly prohibited as it is considered cheating. The current record is nearly 12 centimeters for men and 10 centimeters for women. After the competition, all candidates are admitted to the prestigious Big Nose Club. Equally bizarre is the deer rumbling contest at the Dortmund Hunting Fair. So, hunters stand before microphones using seashells, young bullhorns, or even glass chimneys to produce the roar of a male deer eager to mate. Now judges, who are hidden behind a screen, will score based on 3 criteria: territorial roar, courtship sounds, and the sound of 2 males butting antlers. If you, enjoy the craziest sport, finger wrestling in Bavaria is definitely the most painful sport for you. Competitors use only their middle fingers to subdue their opponents. To train, these men do pull-ups daily using only their middle fingers or drag 50-kilogram weights across the floor with them. The meticulousness of the Germans is also evident in the beard and mustache championship. In the natural beard category, judges conduct a chemical test by running their bare hands through the contestants' beards. Just a little wax or hairspray and you're immediately disqualified. Finally, we can't forget the hilariously absurd pumpkin boat race in Ludwigsburg. Athletes climb into hollowed-out pumpkins weighing up to 660 pounds to paddle across the lake. However, because the pumpkins rotate 360 degrees, 90% of the race's appeal comes from watching the contestants spin around like windmills on the water. Number 9. The most unique festivals. Germany is famous for its diverse festival culture spanning from spring to winter. Oktoberfest, the world's largest beer festival, is held annually in Munich from the end of September to the beginning of October. Here you can enjoy traditional beer in giant tents and immerse yourself in a lively, local atmosphere. The waitresses, who have spent months training to lift weights, can carry 10 to 12 1-liter beer mugs. Besides beer, you can also enjoy traditional Bavarian dishes such as roast chicken, sausages, and giant pretzels. Brezel. Moving to the west, you can immerse yourself in the vibrant 6-day carnival. People wear brightly colored costumes, parade, and throw candy to spectators. The rule of survival here is to shout "Ka Allah," meaning I love you. If you accidentally blurt out "hello," meaning I love you, you'll be in for a real treat. In the neighboring rival city of Dusseldorf, you could easily get glared at or kicked out of the bar. As a fan of alcoholic beverages, you absolutely must not miss the Bad Dürkheim Wine Festival in September. This festival welcomes over 600,000 visitors, offering 300 specialty wines, with Riesling being the highlight. Locals have a very down-to-earth taste. They drink wine mixed with sparkling water in unique half-liter double glasses. Finally, the craziest event has to be the Metal Festival in Wakan. Every August, this rural village transforms into a mecca for 85,000 bearded tattooed. Because this crowd consumes such a tremendous amount of beer that even mud trucks can't keep up with supply, the organizers went all out and constructed a 7-kilometer-long underground pipeline. This system pumps draft beer at a rate of 6 tanks per second directly from the main storage to the bars. Which festival impressed you the most? Comment below, and if you enjoyed this surprising fact, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights about Germany and beyond. Number 10. Cost of living in Germany. Living in Germany is not cheap at all. In bustling cities like Munich, Frankfurt, Stuttgart, Hamburg, or Berlin, the rent for a 1-bedroom apartment ranges from $800 to $1,500. If you move to a smaller town, this figure drops to around $700. For tourists, a budget hotel will cost you $85 a night, while a mid-range one is around $160. The cost of food here is also much higher than in many other European countries. Street food like doner kebab or currywurst starts at $7.50 and up. Casual eateries charge around $14. Mid-range restaurants will charge you between $32 and $45 per person. A cappuccino costs about $4. On the other hand, beer in German supermarkets is actually cheaper than bottled water. Half a liter of beer costs only $1.10, but in a pub, you'll pay up to $5. To offset the above costs, the public transport system is a bargain. For just $53 a month for a Deutschland ticket, you can travel freely on all subway and bus routes nationwide. Renting a car will cost around $45 a day. A word of caution though, avoid taxis as they are ridiculously expensive. Even a 10-kilometer drive costs $30, which explains why locals rarely use them. Finally, medical expenses are a potential burden to consider, especially if you are an American over 65 moving to Germany. You will be excluded from the public insurance system. Instead, you will be forced to purchase private insurance packages, costing around $400 a month. In short, to enjoy a comfortable life in this economic powerhouse, you will need to budget around $2,600 per month. And those are 10 surprising facts about Germany. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next journeys. Which fact impressed you the most? Leave a comment below, we'd love to hear your thoughts.